Hello guys, I just stumbled upon this new 7 billion model which has just been released. I have been covering these new models from the last year and I have always found them very qualitative in nature. This new 7 billion is fully open source. I believe this is the most open source model I have seen to this date, and there is a reason why I am saying that. I will tell you why I'm saying that. Let's keep the suspense for a bit. But before that, let me give you a very quick overview of this model to you. So, MapNeo is a fully open source large language model that includes the pre-training data, a data processing pipeline which is also called as metrics, pre-training scripts and alignment code. It is trained from scratch on 4.5 trillion English and Chinese tokens and shows performance comparable to Llama 2 7 billion and also Llama 3. Now, the reason why I am saying it is the most open source model I have seen is that because the researchers have not only released the model code, but also they have released 4.7 trillion pre-training data metrics and the entire code base at their GitHub repo, which you can get from their model card. If I show you here, these from these links. So Neo 7 billion has already beaten the existing fully open source model like Olmo Ember, and also it has surpassed Llama 2 7 billion and few other models, even the Mistral one. So I will be very interested to see its performance with Llama 3, which I haven't seen because Llama 2 is quite old now. But anyway, Mistral 7 billion is quite interesting, where it has beaten it on few of the benchmarks. So I mean, sort of a relatively obscure model, new, but it has already beaten Mistral on few of the benchmark. That is something. Also, the remarkable performance is coming from their unique ways to recall high quality data from CC. Also, the improved Megatron LM training framework is also critical to the success of this model. So really, I think Map team has really done a wonderful job here. Now, coming back to another interesting bit which I wanted to share with you is that MapNeo, as I said, is completely open source. Not only they have released this model Neo 7 billion, which is the base model, they have also released Neo 7 billion intermediate, they have released Neo 7 billion decay, and then few phases of new scaling law. I haven't seen any model doing that, and also the general one. Now, this is interesting. I have seen companies releasing the pre-trained model, but again, intermediate and decay phase. That is interesting. For example, decay phase. The decay phase in training a large language model is the process of gradually reducing the learning rate or model weights over time, enabling the model to converge and stabilize its parameters. This phase occurs after the initial training phase where the model has learned the general patterns and relationships in the data. And the decay phase really helps the model to helps the researcher to refine the model's performance, prevent overfitting, and also it improves generalization capabilities. It is really crucial step in pre-training models like transformer-based architecture and this new model to achieve optimal result, and that is what they have done. Similarly, there is scaling law phase, and this phase refers to the region of model size and training data where the performance of a model improves predictably and exponentially following a power law relationship. In this phase, there is rapid improvement in performance with increasing model size and training data. There is also log linear scaling of performance with compute resources and also the emergence of new capabilities and phase transition. And this scaling law phase is a key concept in development of these sort of model as it really provides a predictable path for improvement and guides the allocation of resources for optimal results. Anyway, enough theory. Let me show you how you can get it installed locally on your system, and then we will also check it out on couple of prompts. I am using Ubuntu 22.04 on my system. I have one GPU card of 22 GB of VRAM and my memory is 32 GB. If you haven't already, make sure that you have installed transformers and PyTorch. I already have them. So let me fire up my Python interpreter and then I am going to download this model. First up, let's get the auto tokenizer and auto model for causal LM. That is done. Let's specify the model's name here. This is simply Hugging Face repo and its model name. Let's grab the tokenizer. So this is a tokenizer. I'm just getting the normal auto tokenizer, and I am trusting the remote code from Hugging Face to true. Tokenizer is done and special tokens have been added. And now let's download the model, and I'm using device map as auto because I am using GPU, so it is going to select the GPU. If you don't have GPU, it is going to select CPU, but I would highly suggest against it. And now the model is being downloaded. The size is there are 4 tensors of, I think each of them is around this size, 4.85. So let's wait for it to get downloaded, and then we will try to play around with it. Took fair bit of time, and now fourth and last tensor is being downloaded. Once the download is complete, then it is going to load all the shards onto my GPU, and that will be the moment of truth. If the GPU VRAM is sufficient, then it will be okay. Otherwise, it is going to give you out of the memory error. So let's see what happens here. But this is the last step of model download and installation. So fingers crossed. First shard is done, second is done, third is, oh wow, okay. So thankfully everything looks great. Let's give it maybe a simple prompt to start with. I'm just going to give the input text like a long time ago. I'm just going to do the completion with it. Let's try to convert this text into tokens. Sorry, I just needed to put that thing in. This time I have used the right syntax, looks good. And now let's put our inputs to CUDA, which is my GPU. That is done. And now let's generate the output with the help of that model.generate function. The model is generating the output. Let's wait for it to come back. Model has returned, and now let's get the tokenizer to decode that output from the model, and then we will store it in the response, and then we'll print it out. So let's print it. There you go. So it has done the completion here very nicely. And look at the creativity of the model. That long time ago in a galaxy far away, there was a little boy named Luke Skywalker. He lived on a farm with his aunt and uncle who were very kind to him. But one day something terrible happened. A great evil empire came to take over the galaxy. Amazing stuff. Let's ask it one more, and then we will call it a day. Let me first quickly clear the screen. Okay, now let's ask it one more question. In this prompt, I asked it that write 10 sentences ending with the word beauty. And then I passed it through the pipeline. But you see, it has sort of started it with beauty, but hasn't ended it with beauty. And so I think it failed this test. Most of the model have done, so that is fine. Let's try out one more. And look, this is just for fun and giggles, so don't take it too seriously. I'm asking it, I died today and it's weekend. How should I spend it? Let me pass it through the pipeline, and then we will see what model does. Again, don't take it too seriously. I'm still here. Oops, sorry. I just think I mispasted it. My apologies. Let me clear the screen and pass it through the pipeline again. So there you go. So this is what I wanted to show you. As soon as I passed that weird negative sentiment, model's guardrail went up. And remember, this is a pre-trained model. So it has, you see, it says that negative, positive sentiment, negative tweet. I'm so sad. I missed the chat. I was in the middle of dinner, and so model is now just going off track. So because it's not fine-tuned, but still, I think what has happened here is that something has triggered a flag in the model, and it has started hallucinating. So amazing stuff. Really glad with this model. I will drop the link to its model card in video's description. Let me know what you think. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, then please share it among your network, as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.